So I just took notes about what everything you kind of went through, and I was thinking what we could do first is take a stab at your new IA, this sort of organization. Um, I'm just going to I created a Balsamiq cloud project that I can then mail to you,
Okay.
so you can use it on the desktop. So I'm just going to make a sitemap, and then let's just go through what we just talked about. So we have the home, which is a landing page for anonymous users,
hmm
and then you want sort of this new user page. I don't know what we want to call it. I'll call it profile. That's what you mentioned for signed-in users.
Sure. Yeah. Or the runner's view, I guess.
Okay, that's even better. Um, view. And then so landing page has you've got to have a sign up and a sign in, which is that a form within the
Yes.
page? That's a different. It's a different page. Okay, so this is a
Yes,
different
it's a
page.
different page.
Got
Perhaps
it.
part of the main page.
Okay, so all right. So that doesn't change then. That's although you could put that in the landing page too if you wanted to
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
bypass the separate click. But so this page, you don't think you're going to change much at all. It's just changing what the default is if you are signed in, right?
Uh, yes, I that was my goal for this session, I think. I probably do want to change it, but I it's not as
Yeah, it's not the scope within the scope of this call. All right, cool. So, all right. So now the runner's view, we talked about just changing this a little bit, but the first thing that you mentioned was there's a data entry portion, which is logging your runs, right?
yes.
Um, I don't know, what do you want to label that? So
Log distance.
log distance. And is that a form in the page, or is it what form does that take?
Right now, it's a separate. There's a button and that's a separate page with just a form on it.
Okay, so that's a separate page. And then, um, so runner's view is we can kind of think about that as having um, different components, I guess. It's not really part of this site map, but let's think about this as like a mind map, not a
Yeah.
separate pages. But this is your view. Oh, then let me just put the leaderboard here as a separate um, node or something, a page that's sibling. Okay, so your runner's view has your, what did we say? Your sum of your miles, sum of miles, achievements. These are your badges, right? Your achievements.
Yep.
Um, and then visualization of how you're doing. Is that part of this, or is that sort of an exploded view of your leaderboard stats?
I think your own stats. Yeah.
Okay, so just your stats somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so here's a question. So do you want to be able to view the people you follow, because we were talking about following people, from your profile page too?
I think that would be smart. Yeah.
Okay, so
So basically, I think the way that I think about this redesign is everything that you may want to do should be there, because sometimes you want to enter your miles. That's the number one thing that you probably want to do, or everyone pretty much has to do. But then I don't want you to have to hunt around for other things that are very, very common.
okay, so viewing the people that you've already followed, you want to be able to see there. Um, Now, this profile also, does it have like, is what the user sees also what others will see? So if this is my view of your profile, I'll see your sponsor mic box. Is it the same exact view? I guess is what I'm saying, except for I won't see like your enter log miles for Mike, for instance.
Is it the same exact view? I'm not sure. Um, I think it makes sense to be as much of the same as possible. Because
Okay.
people are pretty likely to just grab, a link and give it to someone.
So I'll
Uh,
see. You'll see every. So this list here so far is everything that you can do and see, and I can see the same things except for log
yeah,
distance. Okay.
I think that's right.
So there's no kind of different filter. You don't have to hide things like people you follow or anything like that. Okay,
Right.
that simplifies that.
Mhm.
All right. What else did we have? Um, okay, so this was the listing of features of the runner's view. And all right, so now we can talk about the leaderboard view, right? So the leaderboard has,
Sorry, one other thing that we need there is
yeah,
some way to kind of edit your profile and basically like the tweaks that you may want to do to your,
right.
like you want to change your email or something. That just something that would take you to a settings page.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that design at all as part of this, or just the?
If we get to it, sure, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that as a separate view that we'll talk about. Okay, so then the leaderboard changes that we're talking about there. So this is that table, filterable table with. So it's a table of runners ranked, and then you have filter by age. Who did you have in there?
Oh, it was like age, location.
Gender, and then search. Okay. Search by name. And then the features that you're talking about adding were to follow other runners.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's jump back to your profile. So we had your in the runners view, we had people you follow, that which could just be like a, some kind of listing or grid of people's avatars. But we also talked about possibly some notifications. Are you thinking that there could be a separate view for? So this is an interesting way to look at it. If you are thinking of just following others, it could be part of the leaderboard. It could be a separate view where you just have only the people that you follow showing up there, and could also be yourself, I suppose. But more important to you probably would just be to be like that Strava type listing of other people's activity, right?
Yeah, I think the simplest thing would be just a list of, I guess, a list of the people you follow and links to their profiles, and something more advanced would be like a mini leaderboard that is you and those people. It's basically a summary of uh,
Yeah.
activity.
So my question, I guess, is how far do you want to go with designing that? Do you want to just have a list of people you follow with links to them, and then sort of have a future page that you might consider later for this notification view, or this whatever you call it, this other leaderboard of of your friends and stuff?
Um, yeah, I think I would keep it simple and see, uh, you know, do some testing or something around it first.
Okay, so we're not going to cover that maybe
Yeah,
for the, okay.
yeah. I think just a list of links to people's profiles would be a good start.
Okay, that sounds like an ambitious thing to take on.
Yeah.
Okay, so then for the leaderboard, then we just have to add some kind of function to follow people. Um, I mean, you could add a filter here. This is another simpler way. This is why I'm trying to throw out different questions to you.
Hmm.
If you wanted to not go, if you wanted to consider doing that notification view like a feed in the future,
Yep.
an interim step might be that you build, that functionality, but it's a filter here in the leaderboard, like
Okay.
show my friends only. Um,
Yeah.
so maybe that's something to consider
Yeah.
as
I
a
think I
question.
do. Yeah, I do want to have that view. Um, I was just trying to think if it should be part of that main page or if it should be a filter in the leaderboard.
Yeah, maybe we'll just put it in as a question for that you can try to use for yourself to remember that we had the discussion, and we don't even go in that direction yet.
Yeah.
It's okay. So this is kind of like it's like a feed or I don't know, notification feed of.
Yeah, like an activity feed, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll just call it this for now, and then you'll remember what this means.
Yes.
Okay. What else did we talk about with the leaderboard? Um, did you want to just do some wireframing around this page at all, or just add this button to follow people as
I
part of the
I think
profile?
yeah, the button to follow people. So because this is most people view it on mobile, this table already gets cramped, and I think I have to remove some columns. So if you like resize the window, I think you'll
Yeah.
see there's not. I'm even like I struggle with how much you can even do. Like, so I think maybe the button to follow a person should be in their profile. It's not a
Okay.
super common thing that you're going to be doing.
Okay. So we'll just make sure that we add that to the profile page, and then you won't need to change anything, or we won't need to wireframe anything for the leaderboard page.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have all right. So we have a different. Um, these are all kind of just features of the page that we'll use to start wireframing. Maybe we could focus just on this view then, this runner's view. You want to wireframe that out?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. All right. Let's start a new page here. So the idea is that once you're signed in, this becomes your home page, and part of the task, I guess, for you is to figure out what happens to this navigation. Does it stay the way it is, or does this also change as you're logged in? Does this remain sort of because you're talking about burying this race about the race part, once you're logged in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You,
I'm not even. I want this to be information that's accessible, but um, I don't want it to be the primary thing.
yeah, but I mean, does it matter to you if once you're logged in, if this homepage you don't see that anymore, but it becomes a link in the footer or something?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need. Yeah,
Fine.
maybe you don't even. I mean, it's probably valuable for some, in some regard, because it's like the about the site page that has the links to, these entry points for shopping, but all this stuff is up here as well. So maybe this just gets hidden altogether, right? That's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, and then your homepage becomes your profile. Okay,